You are recording.
Cool.
Good morning.
Morning. Okay, so when we think about breathing, there are some major misconceptions. For instance, if I said to you, like, you know, when like the kids at the side of the pool and we say to them, right, take a deep breath and then dive in the pool, what do they normally do? Yes, that's it. Right. Okay, relax. So, for some reason we have a huge misconception that breathing and deep breathing happens in the shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how this has happened. Science lessons at school have gone wrong. We just have taught it wrong. All right, so the first thing to do when you're breathing is to get rid of this falsehood. All right. The shoulders will move, but that is merely a byproduct of what is actually going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the first thing you need to understand is where your lungs are. So if you just turn this way, yeah, that's it. The lungs actually start around sort of the scapula, the shoulder blades, okay, and then they are teardrop shaped, butternut shaped. So they're sort of skinny up here and then they get big and fat all the way down to the bottom of your rib cage, and there are two of them, okay? So it's kind of like that. All right, so the first things to do is in your mind is to realize that they're not here, and actually the biggest part of your lungs is down here at the back, hanging off the back of the rib cage. All right, so sort of imagine that in your mind. Okay, so turn back and face me. So what does this mean for breathing? When we take a breath in and breathe out, do it a couple of times. What is actually happening is your lungs are, the air is rushing down into your lungs down here, and they are sort of expanding outwards, back and front, all right? So there's lots of directional things when you're breathing. So the air is going in this direction, and then the lungs go in this direction, all right? So it's, as you can see, it's got nothing to do, this is not doing anything. In fact, it's making everything worse. So let's just take some breaths and start sort of swapping that around in your mind, the directions. For a lot of people, this idea of expanding our tummy to allow that room is quite a new thing. All right, so yeah, at the moment you're breathing and actually your chest is expanding, which tells me that you're sort of halfway there. You've got rid of the shoulders problem, but actually you're only breathing sort of 30% down your lungs. So you're not actually breathing fully. So what I need to see, and this is a little bit odd, because what I need to see is actually your belly coming out. So as you breathe in, I need to see this happening. Mm-hmm. So breathing in, and you get fatter, and you breathe out, and you get thinner, and then you breathe in, and you get fatter, and you breathe out, and you get thinner. Now, I know the lungs are not in the belly, but what happens is that the skin at the back here, where the bottom, the main bit of the lungs are, is so tight that it really should pop out this way, but it doesn't. So what happens is it pushes, this is much softer, so as you fill up, it pushes the intestine and the tummy this way, so which is why we sometimes call it belly breathing, even though that's a bit of a misnomer because your lungs aren't in your belly, but they do push the belly out. So it's like a beach ball. I sometimes have my hands here to sort of remind myself of what's going on. That's it. And this can be very confusing for people to swap this around. They want to breathe like Superman. They want to breathe like this, but it's getting fat, not so fat. Fat, not so fat. Mm-hmm. And we are a little bit shy about letting our tummies out. We think that being strong and powerful means having triangular shape and a flat tummy, and we wear belts and trousers that constrict us. But actually we are getting in our own way because we're stopping ourselves from being able to breathe, which is something to consider about your wardrobe, particularly if you speak for a living. Right. So that
good.
Is good. You know, what's good about it is that you are finally giving your brain and your body enough oxygen, right? Because you're actually breathing all the way to the bottom of your lungs. Okay, that is the beginning of really great deep breathing. If we can press stop now.
Mm-hmm. It was recorded.